As you listen, close your eyes, and let yourself be carried away on a journey filled with emotions. A journey that I and my family have embarked upon and faced with bravery, courage, and strength. Part 1. The Fall of Our Beloved Home. The sun's golden rays shimmered on the whitewashed walls of our beautiful home, surrounded by a vast green garden. The air filled with the aroma of home-cooked meals, the laughter of playful children echoing in our ears. But in a burst of emotion, we snapped back to reality. The beautiful and happy family home I once had was no longer. The memory ripped our hearts apart and filled us with sorrow. We had to flee war-torn Syria with only a few belongings as our immediate future was death. We left everything behind, including our beloved home. The journey was treacherous, but it was our only chance of survival. And we did what we had to do. We arrived in the UK, hopeful for what laid ahead, in a temporary shelter allocated by the government. Part 2. Fear and Hope in a New Land. The rough neighborhood streets were littered with cans and debris, and the feeling of safety, which once had been taken for granted, had disappeared like a shadow. Fear and confusion gripped our souls, making this place feel like a prison. The sound of feet shuffling, people screaming, and sirens piercing the sky felt unsettling. As time passed, it became easier to navigate and make sense of our new lives. We found solace in the little things that life offered, playing cards together, laughing, and huddled around each other in the blanket. We kept ourselves sane by holding on to what had brought us through some of the toughest times and cherished every moment of this new life. Part 3. Losing a Father. My father, the beacon of hope and strength, a stable pillar in our lives, had fallen prey to a serious illness. We were taking shifts at the hospital with my mother, trying to maintain hope and praying that he would pull through. The atmosphere in the hospital was somber, the scent of medicine and fear overwhelming. The beeping of machines which sustained his life echoed through our hearts, a constant reminder that life could be taken in an instant. As the illness progressed, his health began deteriorating rapidly. We knew it wasn't going to last. One day I was sitting next to him holding his hand when he stopped moving, stopped breathing. The very moment his heart stopped beating would be a memory that I would forever remember, a thought that drowned me in sadness and engulfed my being with an indescribable sense of loss. The days that followed were filled with so many tears, tears that I thought would never come to an end. We had lost the anchor of our family, and the emptiness and silence that he left behind was deafening. Part 4. Finding a New Beginning. In the midst of despair and hopelessness, we tried to soldier on. I could feel the shift in the dynamics of our family, and all of us trying to step up and take care of one another. We had realized the fragility of life, of how important our love was, and that being together brought comfort and a sense of belonging. We tried to gain closure by commemorating my father and his life and the love that he had shared with us. As we prepared to say goodbye, I could feel a sense of hope. Maybe it was the realization that even though we had lost a loved one, we still had each other. We could carry on in memory of my father and what he had taught us. Conclusion. In conclusion, this journey has taken us through the gamut of emotions. The fall of our home, the fear of new surroundings, and the loss of our father were all unbearable and emotionally draining for my family and me. But despite these difficulties, we persevered, and we found strength in the love that we shared, and in each other. We found hope in the pain, and we emerged stronger, realizing that life isn't always perfect or simple but is cherished. This journey has transformed us, and though we will never be the same, we have learned to navigate the challenges of life with a newfound resilience and determination that will stay with us forever.